Welcome. I'm Brad Hook, the founder and author of Start with Values, and today I hope to help you on your values discovery journey. If you've ever wondered, what are my core values? You may have performed a Google search or two, searching for something like values list or values PDF. And perhaps you will have found a couple of the sites I will share with you, and maybe even a few of the other tools that I'll share with you today. But my objective is to make the values discovery process simple so that you can save yourself a whole lot of time and overwhelm, which often happens when people scroll those endless lists of values, and for you to gain clarity. I really think about values and the values discovery process almost as in archaeology. Some people think of it as selecting values, almost as you'd go and select a pair of shoes or two, whereas I prefer to think of it as unearthing your values. You're an archaeologist. You're digging through that rocky substrate to discover these gems that reside underneath at your core, hence the name, core values. And then it's your job to unearth them carefully, to polish them, and to wear them with pride. Remember, your values are powerful tools. They're lenses through which you can view your daily challenges to make better decisions. They're tools you can use to wrap habits around each value and make sure that every day becomes a kind of practice of your values. You're living your values in your work and your life. This is the whole objective of the Start with Values movement, is to bring your values to life. So if you've ever performed a Google search, you will have discovered links such as these presented by Brené Brown and James Clear of Atomic Habits fame. Brené Brown, in her book Dare to Lead, she talks a lot about the importance of core values. If you look at the screen right now, you'll see there is a giant list, starting with accountability and ending with wisdom. Now, many people have reported to me that lists such as this add to their anxiety because it's really difficult to determine what's most important to me. People have a tendency to select loads of values, ending up with 20, 30, even more. These are not values. These are aspirations. These are things that you aspire to achieve. These are like words on a company's website or vinyl stickers on the wall of some corporation that no one really understands and no one knows how to bring to life. Let's see what James Clear, who's really the expert in bringing things to life in the form of Atomic Habits, has to say. On his website, he features around 50 core values, starting with authenticity and ending with wisdom. The issue again is, how will you isolate just those 3 or 5 values that resonate most strongly for you? Okay, well, this is where I come in. I hope to help you on your journey. As I said, if you head over to startwithvalues.com/list-human-values, you'll find a blog post featuring a comprehensive list of human values. You'll find out about the values pyramid, which is a hierarchy created as part of the Values Institute or Start with Values movement. What we've tried to do is identify how different core values fit within a hierarchy of values. Within a survival layer, there are certain survival values that will short circuit all of the others. If, for example, I'm in a state of fight flight, I'm experiencing extreme distress, challenge, pressure, we often revert to survival values. This is where we really just try and secure our safety. And securing our safety might be as simple as procrastination. That's a freeze response. A freeze response happens when there is so much adversity or challenge in our environment that the safest thing to do is freeze, maybe scroll a feed. It's important to learn how to shift from that survival state up the values hierarchy so that we can align with what really matters to us. But in times of high pressure, uncertainty, challenge, distress, sometimes we do need to focus on the basics, and we'll talk about that in a different video. But for now, let's explore values that reside within the categories of belonging, growth, impact, and fulfillment. So let's head back to the blog post on startwithvalues.com, and you'll see there is a PDF worksheet you can download. This goes beyond just a list of values. It actually helps you to prioritize your values, to create your personal values hierarchy, to identify clearly what is most important to you. If you scroll further down on the page, you'll see the categories with all of the values listed, but I highly recommend downloading the PDF worksheet. Let's switch over to it now. So, neatly grouped into categories rather than one long list, you've got belonging values. These are often foundational in the journey of life. We need to feel loved. We need to feel part of something, included. We need to feel a sense of friendship, of respect, and so forth. Choose 2 or 3 values from the belonging category. Now we'll talk about growth. Many of us, once we feel secure, our survival values have been met, we feel part of a group, we start to explore the world. We start to seek mastery. We start to learn new skills. This is where we acknowledge the importance of achievement, small incremental movements in the right direction, physical fitness, mental fitness, our adaptability, our creativity, our courage. Being honesty is a practice. Growth is all about practices. And once we have achieved a level of mastery, many of us start to consider impact. Am I being recognized? Am I being properly compensated for my efforts? Do I have autonomy in the work that I do? Am I a leader? Do I have some authority? Is visibility or reputation important to you? It's a mistake to start off on your journey of life hoping for a great reputation or vast visibility unless you're a viral sensation. Usually, an overnight sensation has taken years of growth, of practice to get to where they are. It's that story of the old startup, which was an overnight success that took 10 years of really hard work. And once our impact values have been fulfilled, we move to fulfillment quite naturally. This is where many people, and you'll see this with those who've reached the pinnacle of their career, what do they usually do? There's nothing left in terms of career success. They start to look beyond themselves. They start to look towards fulfillment. What was the meaning in my journey? Was it worthwhile? This is where values such as peace, such as gratitude, such as social contribution, philanthropy, transcendence, altruism, awe, AWE, come in. Now, I recommend that you select 2 to 3 values from each one of these categories. Then you list your 12 or so values on the following page. My objective is to help you turn values into action rather than just select a list of values. Rate each one of the values that you've listed on the worksheet out of 10. Simply tick the stars. It's designed to be really easy. And then, based on the ratings, write down your top 5. If you're brave, you might even cross out the bottom 2 and focus on just 3 values. I highly recommend following the rule of 3 because it's simpler, it's clearer, it will help you make decisions based on what matters most to you. What we don't want is cognitive dissonance. Oh, should I follow my value of love or should I follow my value of achievement? Ideally, you've got 3 values that are quite complementary, but we're just getting started. There'll be videos about this in the future. So get your 5 values really clear. And there's some questions that you can ask yourself, such as, am I a person who demonstrates this value? Another way of looking at it is identity-based. So if I've selected kindness as a value, you can say, I am a kind person. If I've selected wisdom as a value, I am a wise person. Does this sound correct? Does it sound like you? Perhaps test it out with some trusted friends, a mentor, a loved one. See if your 5 values resonate with them as an accurate description of who you are, not who you aspire to be. Then let's look at creating some daily habits. So in the book, Start with Values, you'll discover a whole section on creating micro habits based on your values. I am a kind person. Therefore, after brushing my teeth, I will practice kindness. How? I will send a short message of thanks to someone for 1 minute, and I will practice this every day. Now I've attached a new micro habit to a habit that already exists, and we're starting to live our values, gradually upscaling the values that work for you. I am a creative person. Therefore, after breakfast, I will write 1 paragraph every day. Wonderful. Over time, I actually am practicing my value of creativity, and I'm becoming the person at my core, who I really am. This is powerful in terms of habit formation, but it's also powerful in terms of meaning and fulfillment, because when our actions align with our values, everyday tasks, mundane tasks, become meaningful. We can start to use our values as a lens when we're confronted by challenges, problems. We can say, well, can I use my value of kindness in this particular situation? Or can I use my value of creativity in this particular situation? And by activating your value, you generate positive emotions, because this is at your core, and positive emotions are energy in motion. You start to get things done, and you will take tiny steps towards fulfillment. Call it micro fulfillment, if you will. Finally, experiment. Just see if these values really sit well with you. Can you write down your top 3 values, print them, put them on your wall, put them on your desk, and reference them multiple times a day, and just see, have I acted in alignment with these top 3 values? The other way to discover your values is using the Values app, a tool that I made with some help from my team, and it will support you in discovering what matters most in a really simple way. It's available on Apple, Android. Just search for Values app. In this case, I'll rediscover my values. When you first get the tool, you will simply discover your values. So I can look at each one of those values in the belonging category. I can click on each one to reveal a definition. And it's even got that test for you to see whether Brad is a family-oriented person. Does that really ring true for you? Brad is an empathetic person. Let's have a quick look. Does that ring true to you? You can click on the values to select them, to add them to your values list, which we'll rate in a minute, and click next. Let's go on to the growth category. Courage, creativity, physical fitness, reputation, accomplishment. Let's see what accomplishment means. There's a definition there for you. Brad is an accomplished person. And we continue through to fulfillment, nature stewardship, gratitude, wisdom, peace. And now comes the fun part. We rate our values using a very similar star rating system to what I presented in the PDF worksheet. How important is friendship? How important is wisdom? How important is gratitude? How important is kindness? Physical fitness, creativity, courage, influence, visibility, nature stewardship, and peace. View my top 5 values. And there we go. Confirm them. They'll be sent off to the dashboard. And from here, you can, of course, click on each value to reveal the definition, but you can also turn your values into actions. Click plus. Brad is a wise person. Well, some might say. I'm not so sure about that. After breakfast, I will reflect for 1 minute at, let's say, 10 a.m. every day. Let's make it 10:20. Next step. Would you like to activate a reminder? You don't have to, but if you have the app downloaded, you're more than welcome to activate a reminder, and you'll receive a push notification to remind you to act in alignment with your value each and every day. I hope this has been a useful video, that you've discovered some resources to help you select your values. Do download the values worksheet list from the Start With Values website, links below, and thank you for your time. If you like these videos, please do feel free to do what everyone tells you to do.